Here we are with Netflix. Netflix shot up last week at almost 8.5%. It was just an insane move. And who would have expected that, especially after this big run that we had in the previous weeks? I mean, literally, the stock was up from this point. Let me take the tool here. So the stock was up from here to here, like 23%, and then it went down about 7%, and then it shot up completely, almost 10%. Wow. I mean, definitely volatility is here, and if you trade accordingly to, with the indicators that you have, it can be very profitable. So, talking about the indicators, let's see how the situation is over here. So, Netflix is above and outside the regression channel, but the channel is down. So we still are in a downtrend, regardless this tremendous, incredible move of 112%, 113% since May, mid-May. Insane. And I mean, running up 100% in a bear market, it's something else. However, we are approaching areas with low volume. I mean, the volume is down here, it's here, but we're just escaping and we're going toward here. I mean, the next peak of the volume to the upside is going to be here around probably 384. But other than that, it's going to be harder and harder to get up. Um, because the price is outside of the channel, I would expect at some point to, for the price to come down. So in that sense, I will not chase any bullish movement just now. I will wait for the stock to set up and maybe the trend to change, and then at that point, I will buy as a bull. Um, Other indicators, let's see. Indicators, we have the MACD crossed to the bulls, we have the RSI going up, and then we have the PMO going up as well and cross to the bulls. However, there are a couple of things that I want to highlight here based on the price. We have some bearish divergence. On the MACD, for example, we have this bearish divergence over here and here and here. We have three higher highs, and here we have three lower highs. And now the price is even another higher high, but the MACD is making another lower high. So this is called a bearish divergence, and the same bearish divergence is also playing on the PMO. The PMO has done a high, lower high, lower high, and now another lower high. Exactly the same, guys. Exactly the same. See, that is the same price action. So we have bearish divergence, and this is the reason why I will not chase Netflix as a bull. Now, with that being said, because the price broke, I want to use a smaller line. Because the price broke the previous high over here, we went above and closed above this line. We can use Fibonacci as a tool. I want to zoom in a little bit more. So we can use Fibonacci. So this is the low, this is the high, this is the lower high, the higher low, and the price that we see on Fibonacci is insane. We have 100% move exactly to the peak of the volume right here. You see, that's why I keep the volume profile on my chart. And so the expected move according to Fibonacci is 376, which is a lot. It's another 34 points. Going to the upside, which is basically another 10% approximately. Um, and the 161% move, it's a 415. Now, because we're talking about long time frame, because I don't expect this to happen tomorrow another 10%, and then maybe on Tuesday another 10%, and the stock goes up 20% in 2 days. I mean, can it happen? Sure, but is it realistic to think that that will happen? Probably not. So because of that, I would just look in this particular case at a longer time frame. So I would pull up a weekly chart, and even in the weekly chart, I mean, weekly chart we could use another Fibonacci, and we can be a little bit more conservative. So we can literally track just the last movement over here. So we have high, low, high, higher, low, and the 100% move is around 354, which is a little bit more um, conservative. And then 161% move, it's 404, still a lot, but it's the same as drawing Fibonacci on the daily time frame. Now, with that being said, there is one last thing that I want to mention here. That is this area over here. It's previous resistance as well as support, and same here, right? So we had, let me draw this better. Let me delete this. I'm going to draw it better for you. So we have resistance, actually, yeah, resistance that became support. And then same thing here. It was support, was broke, then became resistance. Actually, the opposite. Resistance. No, I said the right. Support, resistance. And so this is an important level. And if we look at this level, now I'm going to use the box. If we look at this level, approximately over here, we are between 100 and 161% move on the Fibonacci. So is it possible for that to happen? Sure. I mean, on the weekly chart, we have the 20 double exponential moving average above, crossed above the 50, and the 5 days moving double exponential moving average above the 20. So I mean, everything is bullish. PMO is bullish, RSI is bullish, MACD is bullish. There is that bearish divergence on the daily chart. That's my only concern at the moment. So that's why I wouldn't chase. I wouldn't buy calls, or I wouldn't buy in the stock just as right now. I would probably wait, probably for this gap to fill over here, and then at that point I would like to see the price action and see what happens. So this is my view for Netflix. That's it, and we'll make another video at some point.